Hey guys, and welcome back to another short flow. Today's session is a hip mobility session. You won't need anything at all, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and whenever you're ready, come and join me in Tadasana and we'll begin. So we're going to focus on our hips for this session, so it's just 20 minutes working into that area. You won't need anything at all, just some space on the floor and a mat if you have one. So we'll just start by standing in, come down, no, sorry, stay upright. We'll start in Tadasana. So if you come to Tadasana, feet are hip distance apart. If you want to lift your toes, press your feet into the ground, really feel the ground underneath you, and just take 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, and then blowing out through the mouth. And as you breathe all the way in, lift up tall through the spine, and as you exhale, let everything go. One last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then as we inhale, this time we're going to lift our right arm up, reaching up tall. Exhale, reach all the way over to the left. Inhale, back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the right. We're going to do this 3 times on each side. Always lifting and lengthening as we come back to center. Exhaling to fold, bend, lower. Last one each side. Really feel that stretch in the hip and the side body as you reach over. And then come all the way back to center. Hands on hips, and we're just going to circle the hips around 5 times. In one direction, and then when you've done 5 times in one direction, go back in the opposite way. So again, once you've done 5 times in both directions, just come back to center, and we're going to work our way down into Ragdoll. So inhale to reach up, extended Tadasana, bend at the knees, soften them, and then think about exhaling as you fold forwards and draw your chest over those thighs, bringing the crown of the head towards the floor, taking opposite hand to opposite elbow, and you can just swing from side to side. Bounce up and down, do whatever you need to do. Just get into that lower back, your hips, your glutes, and you should feel this in your hamstrings as well. Take 2 more deep breaths for me. And then exhale, release your hands to the floor. We're going to come into that crouch position as we inhale. So as you inhale, come down further, lifting the heels, tucking the head towards the knees, and crouching right down to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, this time push back up into that forward fold position. See if you can draw that chest deeper over your thighs this time, now that we're beginning to get a bit more warm. And then we're going to bring our hands together, palms together, hands to heart, and then we're going to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and as we inhale, lift and twist to look over that right shoulder. Take 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. And as you exhale, come back to center and switch sides. So left leg straightens, right leg bends, right elbow to right knee. Inhale to lift and twist. And then 3 deep breaths. So you should feel this down the outside of your hip, maybe even into your IT band. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and come back to center. Place the hands on the floor, walk the feet all the way back to your down-facing dog position. Maybe just take a moment there to just pedal out the feet from side to side, opening up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, and also the feet and ankles. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a body flow. So really think about inhaling as you transition forwards, waving through the spine. Slowly, 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 and then drop the hips towards the floor. open up that front body. So really think about untucking the toes, engaging the glutes, engaging the inner thighs and pointing the toes backwards to support your lower back. Press through the ground and find that stretch in the lower belly. And then just gently circle the hips from side to side, drawing a figure of 8 maybe for a few directions, and then going back the opposite way for a few more rotations. From here, we're going to shuffle ourselves down into a prone position on the mat and come into half frog. So reaching back with your right hand to right foot, bring the heel in towards the glute. You can flip the grip. So if you have the fingers in the same direction as the toes, from the inside edge of the foot, you can flip your arm around, pointing the elbow high to the sky, and then you get this nice lever on your foot. Pulse it a few times, and then we're going to take 3 deep breaths, holding that heel in towards the glute. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that foot from your hand, and then we'll switch sides. So reaching back, left hand to left foot this time. Grabbing that foot. If you can flip the grip, flip the grip. If you can't, don't worry. Just push that heel in towards your glute. Pulse it a few times. And then hold for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and then just slowly come up onto your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to step the left foot outside of the left hand. So set yourself up in this kneeling position, and then with the left hand, we're going to reach forwards, palm facing up. As we inhale, reach as far forwards as you can, and as you exhale, sweep over to the right. You should feel this in your mid-waist and down into your hip. We're going to do 5 sweeps. Always inhaling back to center, exhaling to sweep. Last one. And then come back to center, replace the hand, step back with that foot and transition to the other side. So right foot comes outside of right hand, set yourself up, and then when you're ready, inhale as you reach forwards, palm up, and then exhale to sweep over to the left. So the interesting thing with this one is if you do it with your palm facing down, the stretch actually transitions up into your shoulder and your lat. Having the palm facing up moves the stretch into the hip. Last one. And then come all the way back down. We're returning to that half frog pose. So coming back onto your belly in that prone position, reaching back with your right hand to right foot, flip the grip, press the heel in, pulse for 5 times on that side. Hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, and then release and switch sides. So left hand goes back to left foot, pulse again for 5 times, and then hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, release. From here, take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes and press up into down facing dog. Set yourself up, maybe pedal through the feet a bit, just open up those calves again. And then from here, we're going to come into that lizard lunge position. So taking the left foot through to the outside of the left hand as we inhale, dropping that back knee to the floor. We'll have a lazy lizard lunge this morning, and reaching the heart forward. So if you're comfortable here, stay here. If you want to take it further, you can come down onto your elbows or forearms and reach forwards that way. Try and keep those toes glued to the floor. The temptation is to lift the toes off and also to look down. So keep reaching forwards with the heart, keep lengthening through that spine. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly come back up onto your hands if you're not already. And then we're going to take that left hand all the way up as we inhale, reaching up tall. Really press the ground away with that right hand so you feel the stretch in the shoulder and the chest. And then as we exhale, tap that left elbow to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale to tap. We'll do one more. Inhale to lift and twist. And then exhale to tap. Replace the hands, step back to your down facing dog position, and we'll take that left leg high to the sky, bend at the knee, and just take a little hip twist. So let the leg fall over towards the right side. Maybe play with it, limber it a bit, feel the stretch. Feel where your movement begins to become restricted, or if there's any tightness, and then when you're ready, exhale, swing that leg through. We're transitioning into pigeon. So left leg comes through at a 45-degree angle with the knee bent towards the front of the mat. Slide the right leg back, and then we're finding that nice level hip position. So hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor. If you need to, you can support the sit bone if you're a bit higher with a block or a pillow underneath. Press into the ground either side as you inhale, find that stretch in the right hip flexor. And then as we exhale, we're going to come all the way down into our pigeon pose. But instead of staying here, we're going to walk the hands all the way over to the left. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then walk the hands all the way back to the center. And then over to the right. And again, take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Walk the hands back to center. Come up to your upright pigeon and step back as you exhale to down facing dog. And we'll repeat on the other side. So right foot comes forwards outside of right hand, finding that lazy lizard lunge position. Reaching the heart forwards, either on your hands or on your elbows, wherever you need to be, yogi's choice. Reaching that heart forwards, eye gaze forwards, toes glued. Take 2 deep breaths. And then when you've taken those 2 deep breaths, slowly come back up onto your hands if you're not already. And then we're inhaling to lift and twist, reaching up high, pressing the ground away. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, tap that elbow to the floor. 3 taps. So inhale to lift and twist. Exhale to tap. Last one. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale to tap. From here, replace the hands, step back to down facing dog, or even send that leg straight up into that 3-leg down facing dog. Bend at the knee, take that hip twist, find and play with any areas of tightness or tension in the hips. You can rock from side to side, you can stay still. Just have a little feel of how your body feels in that area. This side definitely feels tighter for me. And then when you're ready, exhale, swing that leg through, coming into pigeon. Right knee comes through at a 45-degree angle towards the front corner of the mat. Slide the left leg back, set yourself up, nice level hips, gluing that hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor. Remember your block or pillow. Inhale as you press the ground away, and then exhale as you melt forwards over that front leg. And again, we're back to those side swipes. So we're coming all the way over as we walk our hands towards the left. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Then walk the hands all the way back to center. And then all the way over to the right. And again, 2 more deep breaths. Inhale as you come all the way back to center and find your upright pigeon again. And then we're going to simply sweep the legs around in front of us and come into rock the baby pose. So we're coming into this seated position. I'll just turn this way so you can see. And we're simply going to grab a hold of one leg, taking the elbow and hooking it around the knee, and then placing the foot in the crook of the other elbow. So whichever leg you prefer, grab a hold of them, and then you're literally cradling it like a baby. Try and keep your chest, so if I swivel it back the right way, try and keep your chest nice and lifted. Try not to hunch over. Try and keep nice and upright. Try not to sink into that lower back, and bring that shin towards your chest. Don't worry if you can't do both hands and hook the fingers together. Just work within your own range of movement. You should feel this stretch. You're just rocking it from side to side, just gently mobilizing and easing that hip joint. One more deep breath all the way in. And then exhale, release, and we'll switch sides. So you're going to switch over. So the other foot now goes into the opposite elbow crook, and then hooking that other elbow or arm around that knee, and then just rocking, gently mobilizing that hip joint on the opposite side. This is a really good one for your hips, to gently open them. It should feel quite nice. One more deep breath all the way in. And then exhale, release. We're going to come into a seated figure of four. So take your feet out in front of you, flat on the floor. We're going to take the right ankle across the left knee, bending the right knee. So you've kind of got a figure of four shape with the legs, and then slowly start to bring your bum in towards your heels. Lift again through the spine and lengthen as you reach that chest forwards towards that shin, and just take 2 deep breaths. And then slowly unravel yourself as you exhale, slide out, release the leg, and then switch sides. So left ankle comes across right knee, scoot yourself in towards that heel, finding that nice upright position with the torso, reaching your chest towards your shin. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then slowly scoot yourself back out of there. From here, we're going to take the legs out wide now into a wide seated forward fold. So take the legs out wide, flex the toes back towards you. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you reach forwards over over that space that you've just created with your legs. And take 3 deep breaths. Think about reaching forwards with your chest towards the floor rather than hunching in the upper back to go deeper. You'll find you'll get a much deeper stretch this way. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way back up. Slide the legs together and then come back down onto your backs, bringing your knees in towards your chest. You can hug them, rock from side to side, massage the lower back. And then we'll just take a couple deep breaths to finish. Taking a hold of the left knee, extend the right leg all the way to the ground. Inhale to bring that left knee in towards your sternum. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale to lift both knees back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale as you extend that left leg all the way to the floor. Inhale to pull that right knee in towards your sternum. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you bring both knees back to your chest. Hug them with both hands, rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, roll over onto the right side of your body and gently come to seated. And then we'll finish with one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.
Namaste.